Have you heard about patch 2.21 yet? If not, don't worry, you're not alone. I didn't catch it right away either when it dropped last Thursday. Who would have thought that after the last patch, which wasn't even originally planned, they'd release another update so soon? But here we are, and today we'll take a closer look at what CD Projekt has delivered this time. First, let's talk about the size of the patch. On PC, it's around 4 to 12 GB, but on consoles, it comes in at over 20 GB. The reason for this significant difference is that consoles need to re-download large parts of the game's files, which massively inflates the update size. As expected, this update creates a familiar headache for PC players who use mods, as many of them might stop working until updated. It's always a good idea to hold off on updating if you rely on mods and wait until the mod creators have released compatible versions. So what exactly does this patch bring to the game? There are two major points to talk about here. First, it includes another wave of bug fixes and improvements. Second, it introduces DLSS 4. The exciting thing about this new DLSS version is that it's not just aimed at the upcoming 50 series GPUs. It's also compatible with the 40 series, 30 series, and even the 20 series. Frame generation, however, remains exclusive to the 40 series and the future 50 series, with the latter even gaining access to multi-frame generation. Just as a quick refresher, frame generation creates new frames between existing ones to make movements look smoother, while multi-frame generation takes this further by generating multiple frames simultaneously, creating even longer fluid motion sequences. Aside from those specific features, all other RTX series benefit from the general improvements in DLSS 4. Even my slightly aging 3080 is reaping the rewards of this new DLSS version. The visuals look sharper overall, the colors feel more vibrant, and there's a noticeable improvement in lighting and shadows. However, I've noticed a slight drop in FPS. I haven't dived too deep into tweaking the settings yet, but I'm pretty sure some adjustments can smooth things out and bring everything back in balance. Regardless, this update is undoubtedly a great addition for anyone with an RTX card. Unfortunately, users of other GPUs won't see any benefits here. On the bright side, AMD has announced FSR 4, and it's highly likely we'll see it implemented at some point. The only question is how long it will take, considering FSR 3 was quite a long time coming. Now let's dive into the bug fixes. A large part of the patch notes focuses on improvements to the photo mode, fixing numerous issues that had arisen since Update 2.2. For example, Nibbles and Atom Smasher can now spawn in mid-air or underwater. Spawned characters, along with V's position and rotation, are now saved correctly, remain visible, and no longer cause collisions. Camera controls and settings should now work as intended, even with backgrounds enabled. Additionally, various bugs involving light sources, NPC options, smart frames, and the user interface have been resolved. Problems related to opening photo mode during save processes or interactions with other menus have also been addressed. On top of that, adjustments have been made to sliders, sound effects, and localizations to further enhance user experience. Vehicle color customization has also seen improvements, with several UI issues fixed. Character creation has received a small but important tweak. The randomization settings are now correctly saved when switching to the Adjust Attributes step. A bug that made the piercing color option unavailable unless piercings were already selected has been fixed as well. Minor issues such as appearance options not applying correctly, clipping, and inconsistencies in the UI have also been resolved. Some smaller bugs have been squashed as well, like Johnny appearing twice in the car, once as part of a quest and again, thanks to the new feature where Johnny appears randomly. Similarly, the bug where Johnny didn't show up at all or appeared too rarely has also been fixed. On Xbox, screenshots taken with HDR10 enabled are now correctly displayed in the gallery. A new pop-up now informs players if console privacy settings are blocking access to screenshots, and screenshots deleted outside the gallery are now properly marked and removed after closing the gallery. Additionally, the default graphics mode on Xbox Series S is now set to performance instead of quality. If you want to check out all the patch notes in detail, I've linked them in the video description. So, is there anything hidden or undocumented in this patch? So far, there doesn't seem to be. A quick comparison of the subtitle files between this version and the previous one shows no new shards, which usually hint at new events. However, this doesn't mean there's nothing at all. Keep your eyes peeled, and if you find anything new, let me know in the comments. And now, the age-old question: what's next for Cyberpunk 2077? Honestly, we don't know. And to be fair, CD Projekt Red isn't the most predictable studio, which is actually a good thing. The implementation of DLSS 4 shows once again that they're committed to keeping the game fresh and relevant for the long term. My guess is that we'll see FSR 4 added eventually, and maybe even a future version of Intel's XeSS. It makes perfect sense, which is why I don't think this will be the final update. There are still a few issues in the game that could and perhaps should be addressed. Whether we'll see new features or even content remains unclear. Recently, a third-party studio handled the development of the major 2.2 update, and they could theoretically continue on this path until the release of Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Maybe that's why CD Projekt is keeping the game graphically updated. Still, nothing is guaranteed, but as we know, the folks in Warsaw, and now in Boston, always have a surprise or two up their sleeves. I wouldn't be surprised if they tie the next season of the series to the game again with a small quest and some new items. Anything beyond that would just be a bonus, but a very welcome one.
She pulls my trigger, got me up alright. It's a danger pretty here in our city.
So, what do you think of Update 2.21? Are you happy with it or not so much? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time in Night City.
Here in